And welcome back to MLG ProScrims. I'm Mr. X, still joined by Sharp and Twiz. Thank you guys joining us on Skype tonight. I know we're here map 3, Blitz on Freight, and FeaR's up 2 maps to 0, and I want to go on board with Moho. He's the objective mastermind of FeaR, Sharp, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Ever since I've teamed with Moho, he's always been the sneaky beaver. He would get some crazy caps in CTF. I would never know how. But you can expect him to probably have the most caps in Blitz.
Yeah,
SoaR actually gets one off the start.
Yeah, and SoaR actually gets one right off the start, and I think it's so important on both of these sides to pretty much close all your doors. Twiz, how are you guys playing Blitz? I mean, it's a new game mode. It really doesn't play much like CTF. What are you guys doing on Blitz?
On each side, there's like a more favored spawn that like the other team's gonna get when pushing. So you usually have to have somebody always worrying about the cutoff, and then pushing as a team. And on this map is closing the doors. I think is like one of the biggest things, or else crazy stuff can happen.
Sounds really funny. We're talking about closing doors, but those doors, it's extremely effective. We see Methods is starting to heat up a little bit. I believe that's a 4 kill spree for him, and he's going to push this little underground passageway here. And it's good for maybe 1 or 2 tries, but after that, I mean, I think teams pretty much like to close it. They like to watch it. It's pretty easy. And Sharp, you guys have been extremely effective on Blitz. Especially on this map. I mean, you guys beat us in crazy match at MLG Columbus, probably the craziest match out of all of them at MLG Columbus. What's your guys' kind of game plan, and how do you guys just pick roles for Blitz on how you guys are going to play?
Well, you should, you being the coach of Complexity, you should probably go tell them this, especially on this map. Definitely want to leave all your doors open and send everyone underground. Just completely leave mid-map open.
All right, well, I'm not going to take that advice.
All right, Yeah. You want to close all your doors. Make sure the doors stay closed. We've gone over that, but you want to make sure you keep a lot of aggression. I recommend running 3, probably even 4 subs, especially on this map. And even when you get up, it's really easy because then the other team has to continuously keep looking back for the overextenders. But if you can just keep adding pressure to the other team and make them have to make clutch plays at their base to stop the bleeding, then you'll usually come out on top.
Right. I believe when the game first came out, Blitz was played. It was extremely campy. It was played a lot of like we got to play 2 or 3D. Don't give up caps. But as we see the game evolving, it's a lot about that just keep in your face pressure, and that's what I mean. We see a lot of teams even opting to use 4 subs, like you're saying, especially on this map. And I mean, Method's 11-3. He's just getting in there and spawn killing, and then he's just letting Heist just run laps around the map. That's a strategy I've seen a ton of other teams use, actually, and it looks like he's going to pick up 2 guys there, just embarrassing people. Methods is just, that's not right. It's just not right, guys. It's 8-2 already. That's not good. Sharp, what do you? Yeah. What do you think?
Honestly,
about this?
if I was SoaR, I would just keep overextending, because if FeaR does start to put pressure on them and they keep rotating back, this map is so easy to just spawn trap on. You have to have people overextend. Just keep trying to get caps, trade caps for caps, because especially with that 10-second countdowner, SoaR can't just keep, or FeaR can't just keep pushing up and relaying a bunch of caps. They have to wait 10 seconds. So if you keep pushing up, and you can just trade cap for cap at this point, it's going to be really hard for FeaR to come back.
Yeah, Twiz, that's one of the things that I'm seeing a lot, like Sharp is saying, is that when one team goes up by maybe 1 or 2 caps, it kind of forces the other team to play extremely aggressive, but you can't afford to trade caps at that time. So yeah. I mean, when you guys get down in Blitz, what is kind of your guys' pretty much gameplay? Like, how are you guys going to switch up your gameplay to kind of cut it closer, because you can't keep overextending and trading?
Yeah, what we do is we pretty much send like 2 or 3 overextending, and then 1 person trying to make a play at our base. Because if that person makes that 1 stop, that's our opening. And that's when we'll be able to start coming back, because we'll stop them once, and he could probably stop them again. And we'll be at their base there to like relay caps. But that's pretty much like one of the only ways, unless, if it's only like 1 or 2 caps, you can stop them and come back. But if it starts to become like this, that's pretty much the only way. Somebody's going to have to make a god play.
Yeah, they're going to have to get a nice little spawn trap for maybe 30 or 40 seconds and just try and relay those. And right there we see, unfortunately, I've seen a lot of people just get pretty angry at that, where you get those, you kill a guy as he's sliding into the goal, you get the kill, and he still gets the cap. But, I mean, right now we see Heist. He's being extremely sneaky, hiding behind their cargo, and it looks like he's going to be able to get a cap as his base is clear. And, it's pretty much what we were talking about, is that FeaR's just trying to overextend and get more caps. And if, it's extremely dangerous, because if you're not picking up those caps, you're going to keep giving them up. And then that's how we end up with 13-4 at the end of the first half.
Yeah, this is bad.
This is bad. This is bad.
This is bad.
If SoaR slash FeaR slash whatever their team name is loses it, that's a choke. It's a really big choke.
Yeah, because you can just overextend and go 1-for-1 the rest of the game.
Right, that's pretty much what they just need to do. Is they just need to really not get spawn trapped and just keep just trading caps. But you know, a lot like in Black Ops 2 on CTF, we saw a lot of teams that when they got a lead, they would start turtling their base and playing too much defense, and you know that usually resulted in the team that had to play more aggressive at the start of the round winning those games. When you guys are up in Blitz, you guys still keep playing as aggressive, Sharp?
Yeah, we just never stop.
Yeah, same way.
Yeah, I think I agree. That's the way you have to play Blitz. And you know, one of the things that you really don't see from either team right now that, I mean, I'm kind of shocked because we've been finding is pretty effective on Blitz is the use of like just stun grenades pretty much, and just all different types of grenades and tacticals. What do you guys think about the use of those types of grenades on Blitz?
Oh, dude, I just double smoke and just run.
Double smoke and run?
Marathon lightweight double smoke.
Smoke and run.
I do the same thing. I'm an objective player, but I think on Octane, I think stuns are the most viable thing that you can use because you can stop them like rotating back. I've seen like a lot of teams not using them, and I think it's, I don't know, I think it's the worst thing you can do is not to use a stun on Octane.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Octane, especially when you have that one spawn where you can kind of force spawn the other team in that back alley by the strip club, that's definitely a spawn you don't want to get.
Yeah,
and I think that spawn you're pretty much forced to overextend, because if you keep going back towards your own goal in that alley, you're just going to get stunned and you're going to get naded and you're just going to get picked, and you're going to find yourself down pretty quickly.
And I'm looking at the mini map and the arrows, and I noticed that a lot of the people on Method's team are kind of slowing down and playing really slow. Like someone, it's probably Liar, honestly, who hasn't left the blitz point and is just sitting in there.
Yeah, he's just pretty much playing in front, but his team is still getting caps.
Now he's left.
He heard you, Sharp. He's listening.
Yeah. He left now, but that's something I'm talking about. Like, I don't think you should have anyone that is like, all right, I'm going to play D on this side just in case, because like I said, this map is really kind of a snowball effect. It's like if you just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, the other team has to go huge and get a lot of 4 pieces to stop, you know, you from picking up caps.
You know what happens is I think it becomes to where they get paranoid, where it's like, all right, I just checked bottom, but oh wait, they could be top. And oh no, I just left bottom, so they could have pushed down there. I think it turns into being more paranoid than even intending to play defense from the start.
You know, in a game mode like CTF, especially on Black Ops 2 or other games in general, it's extremely easy to just kind of like count players, where you can, you know, for instance, I know Sharp is still alive and he's out and he's unaccounted for.
Yeah.
In Blitz, the game mode is moves so fast that you can't really account for everybody. You can try
like
to.
CTF, you could be like, oh yeah, okay, so we killed, you know, Dito and Moho, last 2 out for him and whatever, and then you know.
Yeah.
But this, it's just constant.
And then on top of that, it doesn't tell you who caps. So if you're like, we're looking for Liar and Methods, and then like someone gets a cap, you're like, all right, wait, and then you kill Methods, you're like, who just capped? What happened?
Yeah, you can never really get a good just command to your base. That's why I think you really almost don't have to worry about playing defense when the other team's kind of trying to set up and get caps. You really need to maybe have one guy go back and try and get one of those 2 players, but you can't really worry about it too long and sacrifice too many guys. But right now, I think FeaR is just pretty much getting outslayed. I mean, let's jump on with Moho a little bit, see what's going on there. I mean, 6 and 20 Sharp. You got to talk to him, Sharp, after this game. What's going on?
Hey,
I think he just went for
4 caps.
Yeah, I think he was just going for those caps the entire time to catch him up.
Yeah, and you know, that's one of the things that when I was casting to you guys the other day, Sharp, during the 2K, that, you know, sometimes Neslo's your objective player, but sometimes he focuses too much on the objective. It's extremely important as an objective player that you don't, I mean, you need to focus on the objective, obviously.
Yeah.
But you need to also be able to pick up, you need to be able to kill around the map. And, you know, once he started getting kills and just really focusing on that and just kind of putting the objective minded stuff second, that really helped your team a lot.
Yeah, I think something that's like really good about my team is we have a really versatile team. I think that goes the same way as you guys. You know, like you have Krim, who can use this. He's dominant with a sub, dominant with an AR. You have Pat, or I guess Aches, who can use a sub, who can use an AR. TB is kind of like your guys' you know, just regular sub player, and then you have Clayster. You know, I've kind of seen him use a sub a little bit on this game. He's kind of more of a dominant AR, but You know, like me in theory, we're kind of like I feel like we're kind of like Ace and Krim where we can switch up, and then Nezo he can switch up too sometimes.
Yeah, you know, Theory is definitely one of the players that I like to watch. I think in my opinion, he's an extremely underrated player, and he plays the game extremely smart. Can use both an AR or a submachine gun. And you know, right now Moho's got to make a move. It's 20 seconds left. You're down by a lot. You got to get this cap, Moho. Come on, get it for us. Yeah, there it is. Moho's going to finish out with 5, and it looks like our final score in this Blitz game is going to be 22-10 in favor of the Ex-SoaR non-named, non-organizational players. And, you know, Method's really going big, 32-15. And pretty much I think what decided that game was just the overall slaying out of that Ex-SoaR phase, whatever clan you want to call them right now. And, you know, really, it was just Mo had a rough game. He's just got to step up in slaying department. I think, you know, FeaR's Blitz game will get better.
He just had to slow it down. He was probably playing too fast, got caught sprinting a lot. That's usually if I'm going really negative, that's usually what my issue is I'm sprinting, getting caught, you know, running, and you really just have to slow down and play a lot slower and just try to get kills.
Right, you know, I mean, that happens to pretty much everybody on Call of Duty. You just get in the habit of just sprinting around the map. Twiz, what do you like to do when, you know, you're just getting in that habit of just running around the map? You're just dying. You don't really know what's going on.
So Blitz, I normally play with the Marathon Lightweight class. I'll pull out my Steady Aim class, which will make me stop sprinting for sure because I'm unable to. But
yeah,
that's mainly the best thing that I can do for myself when I start going negative. Slow my roll, and, you know, that's pretty much it.
Right on. So it looks like our next map is going to be Strike Zone Domination, and FeaR is up 2-1 right now in this pro scrim against this Ex-SoaR lineup, looking very good. But stay tuned. We're going to be back with Strike Zone Domination next.